Hi, Amy Carroll here with another video on effective gesturing. You may have seen one of my other videos I made on either the benefits of gesturing or on the guidelines of effective gesturing. Well, today I'm going to show you 10 specific gestures for typical concepts we use daily and that you can start using immediately. So, first gesture is about time. You simply touch your hand to your wrist. And you don't even have to be wearing a watch and people will understand this concept. For example, it would look like this. We have a hard stop at 3 o'clock. Second gesture is for ideas. You bring your hand to your head. For example, she had a brilliant idea. Now the tricky thing here is that people are pretty uncomfortable raising their hand up. So you sometimes see people doing this. She had a brilliant idea. It's not such a brilliant idea, is it? So make sure your hand comes up to your head. Third gesture is when you're referring to yourself or expressing your feelings or someone else's feelings. You place your hand near your heart. For example, you may say, he was delighted with the gift. The fourth gesture is when you're counting. Today, we're going to be talking about project challenges. We're going to be talking about project opportunities, and we're going to be talking about the project rollout. Anything more than 5 of these starts to look strange. So in that case, what you would do is a timeline. For example, we have 9 projects we're going to be rolling out this year. Keep in mind, people count in different ways. They may count like this, they may count like this, they may count like this. All of those are fine. Just whatever you do, don't start with the middle finger. Fifth gesture is when you're expressing a clear no. You would do what I call the slow karate chop in front of you. For example, you might say, this is an unacceptable attitude. And you got to do it slow because you're usually giving bad news. Sixth gesture is when you're comparing and contrasting two things. For example, I have such a hard time choosing between chocolate with nuts and chocolate with caramel, so I take both. Seventh gesture is when you're referring to location. We flew from Singapore to Sweden and then back to Switzerland. So the eighth gesture now is when you're talking about increasing and decreasing. You have to increase your positive attitude if you want to decrease your negative feelings. We all know that's true. The ninth gesture is for talking about multiple concepts. You're generally talking in 3 is a good rule. For example, my favorite winter sports are cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, and eating raclette. And seriously, in Switzerland, I think eating raclette is a winter sport, if you've ever seen them do it. And the bonus tip for this gesture, the advanced version, is moving from the right to the left, because that's the future to your audience. Of course, if you're talking about, or rather talking in Arabic, you're going to go in the opposite direction. 10th gesture is for concepts without any obvious visual gestures. You do what we call the dinner plate in front of you. It looks like this. You might be talking about the target, or the team, or the project, or the focus, or the strategy. All of those work great with this gesture. Finally, you want to practice these gestures 3 to 5 minutes a day in a low-stress situation. Eventually, you'll start to feel comfortable with it. And once that happens, you can use them when you're presenting. And one last point is use 1 gesture per thought. Because if you use too many, like I did a minute ago, you're going to start looking like you're bringing in a 747, and we don't want that. Okay, that's what I've got for you today. Good luck and happy partner.